Good day everyone. Welcome to Teacher Julie channel. Hello everyone. We have our new lesson in MAPEH 8, which is all about music, Indian sitar, Japanese koto, and Indonesian gamelan. This will be the second quarter topic, week 3 and 4, day 1 and 2, and this lesson is under the Matatag curriculum. For the objectives, by the end of the lesson, 80% of the learners will be able to. First is to explain the unique cultural origins, characteristics, and significance of each identified folk art form. The second one is to accurately match the visual representation of the traditional Asian folk arts to their correct names and descriptions. And the third one is to develop an appreciation for the diversity and richness of traditional Asian folk arts by answering the lesson activity. In activating the prior knowledge for the short review, the students will accomplish activity number 1, which is all about preliminary assessments. So evaluate the students' understanding of key terms related to traditional Asian folk arts and new creative trends. For the lesson purpose, the student also will accomplish the activity number 1, which is all about identification. So examine the picture below, and the task is to identify the traditional Asian folk arts depicted in the pictures and write your answers in the space provided. In unlocking of content area vocabulary, here are some words to identify and unlock. So the first word is traditional Asian folk arts. So it encompasses a diverse range of artistic expressions that have evolved over centuries within various Asian cultures. These arts forms often reflect the unique cultural identities, beliefs, practices, and of different communities across Asia. This art form play a vital role in preserving cultural heritage, fostering community cohesion, and celebrating the diversity of Asian cultures. Another words need to identify and unlock is the word new creative trends. It refers to emerging patterns, ideas, movement in creative expression, and innovation. These trends often reflect cultural, technological, or societal shifts, shaping how artists, designers, and creators approach their work. Some key characteristics of new creative trends include innovation, interdisciplinary, social, cultural, commentary, sustainability, and ethics. For the explicitation, let's talk about the Indian sitar. The sitar is a plucked string instrument that holds a significant place in Indian classical music. The sitar has a long and rich history with origins dating back to the ancient India. It gained popularity and underwent significant development during the Mughal period in the 16th and 17th centuries. Over time, it evolved into modern sitar and we recognize today. The following are some key features and facts about the Indian sitar. When it comes to the structure, the sitar typically has a long, hollow neck with movable frets, a resonator often made from gourd, and a varying number of strings. The most common sitar configuration features 6 or 7 main playing strings and 12 to 13 sympathetic strings. When it comes to the materials, traditionally, sitars are crafted from the seasoned gourd for the resonating chamber, and the neck is usually made of seasoned tone or thick wood. The strings were historically made of gut, but modern sitars often use steel strings. When it comes to the playing technique, sitar players known as sitarists employ a combination of plucking and fretting techniques to produce melodies. The main strings are plucked with a wire trim called the mistrab, while the sympathetic strings vibrate sympathetically to enrich the sound. When it comes to the famous players, some of the most renowned sitar players include Ravi Shankar, Vilayat Khan, Nelken Banerjee, and Anushka Shankar. Ravi Shankar is a particular played a pivotal role in popularizing the sitar globally through a collaboration with Western musicians like George Harrison of the Beatles. The sitar's mesmerizing sound, intricate design, and expressive capabilities make it a beloved instrument not only in classical Indian music but also in various fusion and contemporary musical genres worldwide. The next one is the Japanese koto. So Japanese koto is a traditional string instrument that holds a significant place in Japanese music and culture. The origins of the koto can be tracked back on the ancient China where it was known as gujing. It was introduced to Japan during the Nara period, 8th century, and underwent significant development over the centuries, evolving into the modern koto we know today. The following are the key features and facts about the Japanese koto. When it comes to the structure, the koto typically has a long, rectangular body made of Paulownia wood with 13 silk strings stretched over movable bridges called the J. The bridges allow players to adjust the pitch of individual strings, enabling a wide range of musical expressions. The next one is when it comes to the playing technique. So koto players known as kotoists pluck the strings using three-finger picks or chumi on their thumbs and index and the middle fingers. They employ various techniques including plucking, bending, and sliding to produce nuanced melodies and harmonies. Another one is the repertoire. So the koto has a diverse repertoire that encompasses traditional Japanese music including the classical court, which is the gagako, chamber music, sanyoko, and solo compositions. It is also used in contemporary music including collaborations with other instruments and genres. Another one is when it comes to the cultural significance. So the koto is highly symbolic in Japan and is often associated with refinement, elegance, and traditional aesthetics, and it has been featured in various cultural activities including tea ceremonies, flower arranging, and traditional theater. Another one is when it comes to the famous players. So some notable koto players include Michio Miyagi, Yatsuhashi Kingyo, and Tadao Sawai. These musicians have made significant contributions to the koto repertoire and have helped popularize the instrument both in Japan and internationally. Next to discuss is the Indonesian gamelan. So Indonesian gamelan is a traditional ensemble music of Indonesia characterized by its distinctive percussive sound and intricate melodies. Here are some key features and facts about the Indonesian gamelan. So the first one is when it comes to the ensemble. So gamelan ensembles typically consist of a variety of percussion instruments including the metallophones such as the saron and gender, gongs such as gong, aging and kompol, drums such as kidhang, and bamboo floats such as suling. Each instrument is in symbol has its own unique toning and role in creating the overall sound. The next one is when it comes to tuning system. So gamelan instruments are tuned to a unique tuning system called the slendro or pilog, which consists of 5 or 7 pitches per octave. These tuning systems create a rich and complex harmonic palette, allowing for the creation of intricate melodies and rhythms. Another key features and facts about the Indonesian gamelan is the cultural diversity. So gamelan music is found throughout the Indonesia with different regions and ethnic groups having their own styles and tradition. The most well-known forms of gamelan include the Javanese gamelan from Java and Balinese gamelan from Bali, each with its own repertoire, performance practices, and aesthetic conventions. Another one is when it comes to the performance context. So gamelan music is often performed as a part of various cultural and religious ceremonies including temple rituals, weddings, and traditional festivals. It is also featured in theatrical performances such as wayang kulit or shadow puppetry and traditional dance drama like wayang wong. Another key features and facts about Indonesian gamelan is when it comes to social and spiritual significance. In addition to its artistic and entertainment value, gamelan music holds deep social and spiritual significance in Indonesian culture. It is believed to have the power to evoke emotions, connect people with their ancestors, and facilitate communication with the spirit world. Another key features and facts about Indonesian gamelan is when it comes to the global influence. So in the recent years, gamelan music has gained popularity beyond Indonesia and has become a subject of study and performance in universities and cultural institutions around the world. It has also influenced Western composers and musicians, leading to the incorporation of gamelan elements into contemporary music genres. For the work example, to keep the students engaged and interested in the lesson, let them watch the following music production from different Asian regions. And for the lesson activity, the students will do the collaborative project development. So the class will be divided into 6 groups and they will be tasked to make a musical instrument adapting the musical instrument that were discussed in this session.